Hatep and Mar family, peace and love. It is now what is called 2010, January 1st. That's a deep number right there though. 2010 itself means we're in the time of the Trinity. So what are we going to do? We're in the time of the Trinity. What are we going to do? You know how that is. That's we come in the name of the beginning. We in the beginning. And what we discussing here today and tonight is the reality of mind control and separation, and us as sisters and brothers not being able to think for ourselves and share how we see life based on our experience, because all we're doing right now in this sphere, in this plane we live in called earth, in society, in the world, is we are experience the Trinity. Everything is mind over matter, right? And what we think about mind over matter, which again is the Trinity. So right now we live in a society called, in this society it's called America and democracy, and you don't think freely. This society is controlling your mind, and it is separating all of us, be it by our gender, our what is called faith, our levels of the monies we make, where we live, in the communities that we live in, the car we drive, the school we went to and go to, our weight, our body sizes, our skin tones. You know, we're being separated by a system in America called the media, but we're really being separated by those that are running and ruling this society, which happen to be the rich, the elite, families that have come and taken the minds of the masses through the media, and based on life that they've been taught to live through a system called Freemasonry, which we're going to discuss, because the origin of Freemasonry is in Akibalan, in Africa, in Tamari, in Tasseti, and you feel what I'm saying? Ancient Egypt. That is the origin of Freemasonry, when Set cut up Asar into 13 pieces or 14 pieces, however, you know what I mean? The Cain and Abel story. That's the origin of Freemasonry, because our brother, what they call Set, was an albino who was jealous of his older brother, Asar, who was Kim Amu, who was black, who was dark-skinned, and was in harmony with this place and this system we in called based on nature. He was in harmony with it, so he was able to do things naturally. And our brother Set, wasn't able to retain and do things naturally because his body didn't absorb the energy from the moon and the sun, and he was what's called an albino. So he was jealous of his older brother, who was able to do things and just live life in the rhythm. And we'll discuss this at a later time, but I'm giving you a little short, little deal about what's going on today, because America is the Egyptian colony. Its whole existence is patterned after the life of us that lived and created Kimti and Tamari and Tasseti and all them places, which happen to be different consciousnesses and different ways of seeing life in that place called Kimti. So that's what took place, that's what's happening, and that's what we're about to discuss. is what we gonna do and how did we get in this that we find ourselves in right now. And it's based on man's view of life and man being and becoming the master of his own destiny. That means man bit from the tree of knowledge. And the tree of knowledge that man bit from is woman. He got him some pussy, y'all. And when the man got him some coochie, he became a different cat because he saw things different. You know what I mean? And he just went crazy because after he got him some coochie, he realized that everything his mother, who was the image of the creator on this plane, taught him and told him the stories about life and what tree to touch and where to walk and how to do this and how to clean your teeth and how to use the bathroom and clean your body and how to treat the woman and how to treat the man and how to treat, you know, the water and how to treat the air and how to take all that. Woman taught that to man, to God, in the Garden of Eden, which happens to be, you know, Akibulan, Pa, Jehu, Aha. And that means where we were born and where we came from, the mountain of the moon, what people today call Mount Kilimanjaro. That's the story that our mother, Set Heti Haru, left for us and told us where we came from. The first landmass on the planet is Mount Kilimanjaro, the mountain of the moon. That's where all Earth on this plane came from. It gets its birthplace from Mount Kilimanjaro, the mountain of the moon. But that's a whole, you know, we're going to discuss a lot of things right here because we need and want to know what are we going to do to get ourselves free in this society and on this planet and in this earth and in the world, because we run in the world, but we just don't know it because we are having our mind controlled by a so-called elite rich people that are playing what's called a game of chess. That's why when you see the ground in Freemasonry pictures, it looks like a checkerboard because they playing chess with you. They making moves based on controlling your mind. A lot of things you doing, you being told to do and taught to do by the media. And the media happens to be, if you study words, because in the beginning was the Word and the Word became flesh, media is the goddess of war. And all media does daily is separate us and create war. Remember that Eastern Coast War, East Coast, West Coast War? That was created by the media in what's called hip-hop. With the P. Diddy's and the Suge Knights and all that, and both of them niggas is agents, but that's a whole nother level, and we'll discuss that one day soon too, because you're listening to the voice of my mother, Set Heti Haru, who sent me here to discuss life today in 2010, which happens to be 3. We at the Trinity on January the 1st. You follow what I'm saying? So the 1 became the 2. I'm the 2 speaking to you, and you the 3. So we the Trinity. Mama sent me, she 1. I'm 2 talking to you, and you the 3, the audience. We the Trinity. We 2010. We 3. And this is a West Coast, Wasset, Kimchi, California view of how we see this. This ain't no East Coast nigga talking. This is West Coast, yada me. This, you know, that type of nigga popping his collar. All the words that we create for shizzle, yater, all that. You understand? That's this type of brother talking to you. And we have gods and goddesses on the West Coast. Y'all hear so much from the East Coast from all these brothers and sisters that are gods and goddesses and the masses of them in hip-hop that you hear on the radio and see them sold us out. Jay-Z done sold us out. That's why he's talking about the Empire State right now. Blueprint 3 is initiating people into Freemasonry. That's what that album is doing. That's what he told you. He gonna run this town tonight. And he said, if you want to get with me, I hear talk about it later. If you're serious about this, listen to that song. And look at that video. That is initiating people into Freemasonry. You feel me? So we coming to discuss what we gonna do.